Good morning, my beautiful friends. As you can see, I am waking up in a bit of a flare today. I will pop some pictures in here, but yesterday I spent a little bit too much time in the sun, which was about 12 minutes. I tried to mow the lawn, it was very hot out. I broke out into a rash, and here we are. So, I'm going to walk you through my morning and a handful of days this week. It kicks off with me heading into town for all of my brain MRIs. I was feeling pretty emotional this morning, and this was actually happy tears from a song that I was listening to. I've just been doing a lot of self-reflecting during this time, and it has been so wonderful. Hopefully I'll have time to pop in my results. If not, I will do that during my Monday Mindset this week. So today is my cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine. On days where I wake up not feeling super well, I will spend as much time in bed as possible. Anytime that I am rushing to go somewhere creates unnecessary stress and really just amplifies my flare. I am so proud of myself for taking this time. It has been unbelievable. I honestly don't even have the words to describe just how much progress I have made with my health, with my mental health, and just re-achieving balance during this time off. Alrighty, we just wrapped up my MRIs. We did cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine, and so we should get those results back pretty quickly because my neurosurgeon ordered them stat. The table that I was laying on in there is heated, which I've never experienced before, and they also put 3 heated blankets on top of me because I'm typically freezing, and I sweated profusely all the way through my scrubs. My hair was drenched. We all thought it was hilarious. So that was a nice highlight. And so the only thing that you missed, let's just get into it. Let's get into it. Close your eyes. Me laying in a tube, very claustrophobic. I've got a washcloth over my eyes, and I just hear wah 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 for about an hour and a half. So I am going to grab some lunch. I like to do a little solo outing after I have imaging or appointments, just to treat myself a little bit. So I just rolled up at Biaggi's, which is an Italian restaurant out here in Colorado. So I'll catch up with you guys later. We are also entering a bit of a flare. I've got some nodules. I don't know if you can see that. It's like right on the top of my knuckle right there. That extra little bump should not be there. And then same thing on this side. They were a lot bigger last night, so at least they're decreasing a little bit. So this imaging is going to be very, very helpful. I planned on stopping at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's after I went out to lunch, but I just had a drastic decrease in energy, so I just decided to head home instead. All right, we made it back to the couch. I'm in the same clothes I was in before I left this morning because I have not showered, and this is as far as I've gotten. So this is where I think I'm going to be for a while. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. When I'm feeling this bad, it is super important that I just set up my space to be really calming, quiet, dark, and relaxing. And my cat somehow always knows when I'm not feeling well, and he will lay on my chest like that. I was also experiencing some chest pain that was made worse by laying down, so I'm going to have to get checked out for pericarditis, which is inflammation around the heart, and I have had that before, and the feelings were very similar. Unfortunately, I was only able to get down an apple and a piece of bread, and I was in bed, I think, by 5:30 or 6 o'clock and asleep by like 7. Spent a little bit of time watching a movie before falling asleep. I don't know if I've ever shared this, but I do have a lesion on a very important part of my brain. It's basically in the center where my two hemispheres intersect, and it can cause some emotional lability. So, just kind of cycling through feeling sad, feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, feeling guilty, paranoid, you name it. And so this was a pretty rough start to the day, but I was able to shower pretty quickly that morning, which does tend to help me rebalance my emotions and all of the symptoms that come with it. I also try to focus on really easy, nourishing meals, and my neurosurgeon has encouraged me to eat more of a Mediterranean diet. And so I just chopped up some potatoes, some peppers, some onions. I tossed it in oregano and then a dressing with some lemon and olive oil. And then I baked it in the oven at 425 for about 25 minutes, and it was super delicious. Here we are, day 3. I thought I was feeling a little bit better. You can tell I look like I feel a little bit better. I'm less inflamed. But as the day went on, my fever reemerged, and I just had to spend another day on the couch, which is totally fine. The other thing that helps a lot is spending time in the bathtub. As you guys know, it's always sort of a cost benefit analysis because it does take a lot of work to get dressed and put lotion on and brush the hair and do all those things after. But I'm really glad that I pushed myself to do this because I felt so much better afterwards. These little snack trays have also been super helpful. It's really hard for me to eat during these flares, and so fresh cold fruit is usually the best. As you can see, I set my environment up to be super cozy and relaxing, and I make sure that I have plenty of fluids so that I don't have to get up very often. So it was another big week with test results. I got all of my really extensive blood panels back, and it indicates that at the cellular level, so like at the mitochondria level, my cells just cannot make enough energy to get me through my days, which is why I'm feeling that lactic acid feeling in my muscles and feeling really weak while lying down. And then I also have some herniated discs in my neck. I've got some subluxation that's happening, and just a lot of degenerative spine disease from my neck all the way down to my lumbar spine. I meet with my neurosurgeon next Wednesday, so I will definitely keep you guys posted. It has been a long week, but I'm really grateful for these test results because I feel like we're finally getting an accurate picture of what's going on, and truly that is priceless. I cannot thank you guys enough for being here with me. I could not do this without you, and I'm sending you all a big hug as you head into your weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday.